Welcome back. I'm Pastor Dan Abraham. Thank you for joining in for our midweek devotion. And we've been going through when you feel like and picking up on a whole host of different emotions that we have as people. Sometimes we're confused. Sometimes we feel like crying. Sometimes we feel powerless or cheated. We can feel unheard, betrayed. The last devotion was when we feel like a roller coaster, and we tuned in then to the roller coaster emotions we all have as people, but those of what we call Palm Sunday. Today, a devotional thought for Maundy Thursday, Law Thursday of Holy Week. When you feel like fighting. There's times when all of us feel like fighting. Somebody has cheated us, wronged us, hurt us, belittled us. And that sense of injustice makes us want to react harshly, verbally, or smack down. There are many times we feel like fighting, and the Bible addresses that wide issue of fighting. And at the beginning, I want to say what this devotion isn't about. The Bible has established the church, pastors, to bring the hope of Jesus to people. It's also established a government. And a government can call and have soldiers to protect it externally from outside the country's threats. It can have an internal army, a police force, soldiers of a different kind, to protect it internally. It's okay to be a policeman or a soldier, properly called, elected, appointed governments can call people to do that. The Bible would say it's also okay for you to fight to protect an innocent person. So you see a couple of kids beating on some other kid in the park. You can intervene and protect that child. You can intervene if you see somebody's wallet getting stolen or her purse. I'm not talking about those situations. When you feel like fighting because you have been treated unjustly, what do you do? Well, the good news is Jesus understands. On Thursday night of Holy Week, Jesus was in the garden praying. And the people who opposed Jesus came out with approximately 100 soldiers to arrest him in the garden while he was there praying. And some of his disciples began to fight back. And that's where we pick up the story. They knew that this was an unjust arrest. And as they begin to fight back, the men stepped forward, seized Jesus, and arrested him. With that, one of Jesus' companions reached for his sword, drew it, and struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear. "Put your sword back in its place," Jesus told him. "All who draw the sword will die by the sword. Do you think I cannot call on my Father, and at once he will put at my disposal more than 12 legions of angels? But how then would the scriptures be fulfilled that say it must happen this way?" More than 12 legions. A legion was at least 6,000 trained soldiers, sometimes even more if it was an augmented legion. 12 legions, 12 times 6,000, 72,000 angels with one prayer at his disposal. I think one angel could take me, take you. The Bible describes one story where one angel killed 185,000 Assyrian soldiers that were invading Jerusalem. So that Jesus had 12 legions worth at his disposal, he could mount a strong pushback for the injustice he was going to receive. And yet, what does he do? He never fights to protect himself. That's the example we're given. We'd fight to protect someone else, but when it comes to protecting ourselves. The instruction is to turn the other cheek. There, rather than fight, God empowers us to be the martyr. We suffer injustice, praying for our enemy, speaking the truth in love to the one attacking us. Because it's in that moment, as you, as I, imitate Jesus Christ, the character, the power, the love, the goodness of God is clearly displayed. In the history of the world, within the history of the Christian church, the Christian has been called to fight to protect others, be it as a soldier, as a policeman, as a civilian helping some person, some innocent. But for ourselves, we turn the cheek, martyrdom, and there display our faith in the goodness of God, who took, well, a beating for us. His cheeks turned by the slaps of the soldiers, the mockery, the injustice of it all. He fought. With the silence of the cross, the power of God in him, the proof of the resurrection, for God could not hold him down, and the power of his life and his spirit put into you to face the injustices that you and I have in our lives. And there we speak the truth in love, pray for those who attack. That's the other side. As we go through this Holy Week, this precious season, may God continue to fill you with the gift of his Spirit as he comes in you and fills you with that character of Jesus Christ. See you again.